Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. This is going to be an album review. I've known this album since it was released in 1982. One of my favorite bands, particularly of the 70s. And I have played it again recently, although I know it rather well from all those years ago. And it's this album, which has got a pretty good reputation among the fans. But here it is, 1982's Creatures of the Night by Kiss. You can see that Ace is on the cover, but it's pretty well known that Ace doesn't play much, or if anything, on this album. It's a bit of not a precise situation, but Vinnie Vincent played on quite a bit of this, and also they had a few other guitarists come in and do the thing. But I think to keep the impression that things were still not falling apart with them, they left Ace on because Peter already gone. As you can see, Eric Carr is there. And yeah, their 10th studio album from 1982, as I said, and 9 tracks, clocking in at about, was it 38, 39 minutes. Produced by Michael James Jackson, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons. And it's got a Neil Bogart, who was the early mentor of the band and manager. It's got Neil Bogart, who passed away that year, 1943 to 1982. But here we go. We're going to talk a bit about this, of course. Well, one thing that's noticeable about this is the aggression of the album. It's like it's more heavy than a lot of the 70s Kiss albums. It's got a big drum sound from Eric Carr, who's fabulous on this album. It reminds me of John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. The style, the heavy drum sound on many of the tracks. It's got a great guitar sound. So we'll just go through these tracks and I'll tell you what I think. Opens up with Creatures of the Night, the title track, sung by Paul. This is a great opener. This is a very catchy tune. The guitars are great. The solo's great in it. It's a perfect opener to the album, I find. It just gets things off and running, and it's catchy as. It's a very typical Kiss song, like it's great for a concert, for them to play in concert. Very, very much geared towards that. But I love that song, Creatures of the Night. Then got Gene singing Saint and Sinner. This is quite a good song too, a rather rocking affair as well. One of the really good songs on the album. But this album is full of goodness. It's got pretty much all the way through. It never lets up, just for probably that one track. But yeah, that is a great second song. Now, Keep Me Coming, I think it's coming. The vocals on this are a bit over the top, I find, but I like the song. I would say I like the song quite a bit. I wouldn't put it up there with Creatures of the Night, probably even Saint and Sinner, but it's Paul on the vocals, does a good job, but it's a pretty rocking track. But it's a very good song, I would say. I wouldn't say it's my favorite really. But the next one, Rock and Roll Hell, with Gene on the vocals, a slow beginning. Yeah, very catchy song, and they really rock out well in it. And one of the highlights for me, I would say, definitely Rock and Roll Hell has always stood out for me as being one of my favorites from the album. Then we got Danger with Paul on the vocal. Don't like this as much. It's good, but I don't like it as much as Rock and Roll Hell or even Creatures of the Night. It's a really good track. Yeah, it's a good track. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the track. It's just that I don't feel it has the appeal of, say, even Creatures of the Night, Saint and Sinner, or Rock and Roll Hell for me. But there you go. It's a good track. I Love It Loud on side 2. Been played a lot. The clip is quite well known. Love the song. It has been overplayed, I must admit. I've heard this song many, many times. But it's obvious choice for a single for me, and I still love it. Although it has sort of been overplayed quite a bit. And they do it live all the time too, still to this day. But it's an excellent track. Don't something that's overplayed shouldn't come into your judgment of the song. I Still Love You features a fantastic vocal from Paul. Very mellow in parts. It's got a great guitar solo. Rocks up a little bit. It's more like a power ballad sort of thing. Paul does a great job on the vocals. Suits his voice. Really good one. But not my favourite, but I really like it. Always liked it. Killer with Gina vocal. This is the unsung, one of the unsung heroes of the album for me. It's just got a great groove to it. One of the standouts for me. Killer always has been with Gene on the vocal. Really suits his persona, and I like the riff on it, the groove on it. Really good. And then the wonderful War Machine to end things off, which is still a concert staple to this day. A great song. Very hard hitting, and it's a perfect song for a live show when they do it. Really, one of the standouts, most definitely. So there you have it, guys. It's a damn good album. But what you got to understand with me, I'm although I like a lot of the 80s stuff and beyond, I am virtually a 70s Kiss guy. I loved them in the 70s. And I did follow them up until this day, of course. But I'll just pick 3 favourites. I'm going to go Creatures of the Night, Killer, and War Machine for me. And a host of other good songs, but there's a couple I'm not as keen as some as the other songs on the album. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to give this great album. I'm going to give this 4 stars out of 5. I just feel that just a couple of songs for me aren't quite as good as some of the others, but by and large it hits the mark. It's pretty solid all the way through. So I think a good score for me will be 4 stars out of 5. So it's nearly going to go 4.5, but not quite. So I'll go 4 stars for this one. Creatures of the Night by Kiss, 4 stars. Well worth adding to the collection. One of their better 80s albums, I would say. And so there you have it. So what do you think of the album? Comment down below. 4 stars for me out of 5. Really, as I said, guys, it really hits the mark most of the time. It's got a very hard-hitting feel to it with the drums and guitars and all. So it's very rocking. Very one of the heaviest albums, most definitely. Could be the heaviest, but it's right up there. But guys, from me, 4 stars out of 5. Comment down below, subscribe, all those things. What do you think of the album? For me, it's if you're talking studio albums, it would definitely be in my top 10. Most definitely be in my top 10. A lot of people have it top 5. I know that. I've seen people talking about it. I love the album, so that's why I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. Bye from me, and comment down below and all those things. I'll see you guys very soon for the next one. Bye for now. Bye.